Hello, and welcome back to Laying It Out. I'm Chelsea Pockets.
And I'm Dotti Scempsey.
Yes, so listeners, if you couldn't tell, that's not Scotty's voice.
No, my voice just got a little bit lower this week.
We do have a video podcast, so anyone watching can clearly also tell that this is not Scotty. But Scotty and I decided to move apartments separately. We're not moving together, but we decided to move within like a week or two of each other. So scheduling has been difficult.
Yeah, it's a little chaotic.
But so Scott, as in last episode where I was not able to make it onto the podcast, Scotty invited Mike of the D3 Ultraworld crew to come on. And this week, Scotty's not able to make it as she is like literally moving out of her apartment tomorrow. And texted me this morning, yeah, my microphone and all my shit is packed up. I can't do this. So I invited Sponge.
I am infinitely less qualified. But yeah, my name is Sponge. I am Pockets' significant other. I play Frisbee, mostly for fun. But I have a lot of takes and opinions, and I would like to think I'm somewhat entertaining. So I'm here filling in for Scotti this week.
Yeah, so if any true fans of the pod will remember, Sponge has actually been on once before, where we kind of talked about the mixed division versus open and women's. And admittedly, you probably weren't the best person to fight on.
Yeah.
Sponge is what we call a casual ultimate player. But he is my favorite person. And when I knew I had to replace Scotti with someone important, I knew he was the person to call. So the two things that we're going to talk about today with Sponge, one, like he said, he's a casual player. He has only played 2 tournaments since the pandemic.
Yeah, I guess so. I've since the pandemic started in March 2020, I've not really played a lot of Frisbee. I've done some pickup here and there. I've done some disc golf here and there. But as far as organized tournaments go, I've had a lot of, or I guess I should say, I've not had a lot of exposure. So this season, I've really gotten back into it with Pockets and starting with Cuddle. Mercer County Ultimate Disc League, if you don't know, but we've started playing on a team together, and it's been really exciting to get back into the rhythm of things, and I'm really excited to keep playing and to get better again.
Yeah, anyone looking at the video podcast right now, you'll notice our background looks kind of shit. We are in our new apartment. As we've mentioned on the podcast before, I'm moving in with Sponge. We're moving to New Jersey. So yeah, we've been doing the Cuddle, which is, from my understanding, New Jersey's like only super organized league. There have been people that have told me there's stuff in the north.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Like, it's hard to find.
I exist strictly in the central part of New Jersey, which exists. If anybody has any qualms about that, you're just wrong.
But yeah, when Sponge was on before, we kind of talked about his ultimate history. So just a recap. We both went to Lehigh together. If you're watching the video, we have our sad little Lehigh flag as our only backdrop.
I'm very happy about it, to be honest.
I'm happy we have the flag, but we literally hung this right before we started, and it's been sitting in your closet for probably 2 years.
Yeah, it gets the job
done. But yeah, so Sponge played Lehigh for 4 years. You played Garden Party, which is Garden State's B team, in 2008.
Yes, very short-lived. I think we went for like 1 year. I wasn't even really like a big part of the team either, but I did travel with them. I practiced with them a lot, and then after Garden Party, I played a little bit with you on Peep Show. I ended up playing with their lower level team because I got injured, but
we don't say lower level. We say B team.
Fair enough. Okay.
And we love B teams on this podcast.
Okay, we can cut that part.
All right, go ahead.
Where was I? So I could read.
Be like, and then the next year.
So then after I played on Garden Party, I joined Pockets in playing with Peep Show in the Lehigh area. I guess the Bethlehem area. It's not just Lehigh.
Yeah. Classic Lehigh.
Yeah,
kids.
that's a classic Lehigh mentality.
Classic Lehigh thinking we're the only important people. But yeah, you play Peep Show, and then there were some issues. So you played Peep Show, you had a knee injury, so then they had a B team called Hot Tamales. So you got moved to the B team because you couldn't play in the second tournament, had to play in the third tournament, and then people forgot that I guess USAU has a rule where you can't switch between teams multiple times, which makes sense.
Yeah, it was just kind of an unfortunate circumstance. I wanted to get more playing time as I was recovering from my knee injury, so I moved down to the Peep Show B team to play Hot Tamales. I wasn't able to move back up, but at the same time, it was still a lot of fun. I got my playing time in before the pandemic happened. Unfortunately. That kind of derailed, the progression of Frisbee for me at least. But I'm like I said, I'm just really excited to get back into it. I've played a couple of games in our McCuddle League, and I'm just really excited to really get back into my progression.
Speaking of the McCuddle League, how did that first game go? I've told my embarrassing ultimate story on the podcast before, so I feel like you could tell yours.
What was your embarrassing ultimate story?
The first game I had in Philly in PATA, it was literally the week before the pandemic started, and I threw up. So it was like, hey, I'm new here. I'm Pockets. I'm here to play ultimate. And then I throw up, and then the entire world goes on lockdown. And then no one sees me again for an entire year. But you had a similar story with your first game back.
Yeah. So, I'm so eager to play Frisbee, I love running around out there. I'm typically a D-line player, by the way. I'm used to chasing people around and going for the disc and everything, no matter what. But I'm not as in shape as I was, coming out of my senior year of college. After I run a little bit, my stomach gets queasy. And in the middle of one of our points during the first game, I had to call injury to go puke in the woods.
Correction on that. You called injury twice. The first time he did not throw up. The second time he did.
Yeah, I pump faked the first one. I pump faked the first vomit, and then the second one, I really sent it.
So, yeah, he throws up at the first week. Second week, doesn't show up. It wasn't because he vomited, because he had a work happy hour that he wanted to go to. And then we just recently had our third week. And again, for people... Oh, go ahead.
Which I didn't throw up.
Yeah, he did not throw up. And then our captain was like, oh, he's back. Great. What's your name again? Socks? So he made a lasting impression on the team. But I think your second game back at League was a lot better.
I'm really happy with the way I played after the second game. I think a lot of it had to do with just me finding the way to be the most effective on our team. A lot of times that's just kind of how you gain success as a team playing Ultimate. You learn who does what best, and you learn to work with the other people that you're playing with, and then eventually it all comes to click.
Yeah, and that's kind of the nice thing about League, right?
Yeah.
Where everyone's in the same boat. We're trying to figure out.
And it's also not super competitive either, so you can play around with a lot of different options and have fun with it too. I love that.
Yeah. Part of the thing, so also I talked to him about this earlier, but I was like, we had a plan for this week's podcast. It wasn't just I talked to my boyfriend about Ultimate, but Scotti and I had a whole plan, and we can't do it because of something that I will complain about next episode. So there's something I wanted to talk about this episode. Scotti and I definitely had a plan. We didn't just throw together this episode, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, so I could talk to my boyfriend. I will complain about something next episode that caused this to be delayed. But one thing I did want to say, maybe a hot controversial take, which we'll get into later, but also I like McCuddle more than PATA.
Oh, okay.
PATA is a very great league, and it has so many people, and it's run very well, and it's super cool. I love all that. But I am so socially awkward that McCuddle, with its only 10 team summer league is a lot more manageable for me.
That's interesting.
And I do you agree, like, coming back to Frisbee after so long, that like a smaller league is a little bit easier to deal with?
I totally get what you're saying. With the tighter knit community, you have more chances to interact with the entire group, as opposed to like really getting into some sort of insular like subgroup, or just like really getting in with your team. Like I feel like I've interacted with a lot of people from a lot of different teams so far playing with McCuddle, and because we're all playing on the same field, it's great. I've really enjoyed it so far.
Yeah, McCuddle is almost like on one field. I know, like Pata, again, they have Edgeley, but it's spread out. Like you either have summer league Monday, Tuesday, or Friday, so not everyone is all together. And again, like it's Philly, it's a large ultimate community, so like they can only do so much. But it's just like it's nice coming back to like this small community. But now that you are getting back into Ultimate Frisbee, and we're gonna push my coaching experience aside, we're gonna push the podcast aside, pretend those don't exist.
Sure.
Do you ever think you'll get as obsessed with Ultimate again like I am?
Oh, yeah. See,
because important backstory, you aren't going to play club this year just because like you haven't played a lot.
Yeah. So my going into this season, my idea was I wanted to kind of play my way back into the game. I'm not as in shape as I was when I was in college, mostly because I've just been like really busy with my work and everything. It's tough to play Frisbee where I previously was located, but anyway, Pockets is very, very much into Frisbee.
One time you thought, you said you were like the top 1% of people obsessed with Frisbee, but I'm not. There are people that are more intense than I am.
That's insane to think about.
But do you think you'll not like, because obviously I'm obsessed and I think about this all the time, but do you ever think you'll get to the playing obsession that I am?
I think I can get there.
Yeah.
I really do. Because like after our last week's game, I really got a taste of like that competitive edge. Like being able to like really harness your abilities and everything. I guess like when you kind of fall out of shape, you might lose a little bit of confidence and stuff. But like once you really get back into the rhythm of it, like at least I can speak for myself. Let me back up a little bit. So the first week that we played in McCuddle, I was kind of just like I was was kind of walking a little light-footed around what I wanted to do. I didn't know like exactly what position I wanted to play or like what role I wanted to fill for the team. In previous years playing for Lehigh, I've been a cutter and I'd also been a handler more recently, but I didn't know what role the team wanted me to play. So I kind of just did whatever they wanted me to do my first week. And I didn't really have the best time, but the second time I went, which was the third week, cause I missed the second one, but the second time I went, I decided I wanted to focus on being a handler, and I ended up, like having more of an impact on the game and actually like doing more things on the field. And it made me feel a lot better about like my capabilities as a Frisbee player, and it only made me more excited to play again. And so the only thing I've been talking to Pockets about since then is like how I could improve little things. Like I keep on talking to her about my marks and stuff.
Yeah, we're recording this on Memorial Day, so we were like hanging out at the pool at our apartment, and we were just like took a break and literally
we were just talking about marking, like sitting there, and then like the person next to us was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, we made a new friend.
Yeah, we made a new friend.
But yeah, no, I'm very happy that you are getting back into Ultimate, because obviously this is my number one hobby, and it's nice to share.
Oh, it's so much fun to do something with the person you like or you love.
Oh, gross! Disgusting.
Yeah, drink.
All right. Well, we're gonna
cut.
We're gonna call it there. We're gonna take a little break. When we come back from the break, I have written out some hot takes. Sponge is not on Ultimate Twitter or just like involved in the Ultimate community super much at all.
I just look at Ultimate Twitter from a distance and scowl at it.
Yeah, basically anything I like that ends up on his Twitter feed, he will see. But I have a list of hot takes on my phone. And again, it's Memorial Day, so we've been drinking a little bit. So we're going to do some...
Truly we have.
Truly we have. Sponsored by Truly. We're going to do some tipsy Frisbee hot takes. Come back from the break. All right, and welcome back, listeners. We had a bit of an issue, but now we are connected to the quote hard internet.
The hard internet, it's a Pockets coined term.
We connected to the Ethernet because Sponge hasn't called the internet provider yet. I'm calling him out for this, for the 10 minutes of agony I just experienced. But
And by the way, you're welcome for the 10 minutes of tech support that I just provided you to make this work.
Because you didn't call.
Okay.
Because you didn't call the internet provider.
Yeah, but we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me, so.
It's fine. We're having a good time. We're having a lovely
I'm having a great time.
This man is a lovely, lovely man, and I'm not mad at him at all. But
That's right.
We're going to ignore all that. We're back. We're here. And as we hinted at earlier, it's Memorial Day, and we have been drinking our Trulies. Truly, please sponsor me. I love you. Shout out to the blueberry Truly. We didn't get that pack, but that's my favorite.
I love blueberry flavors.
Okay.
Probably one of my favorite flavor profiles.
We are going to be doing a tipsy ultimate hot take segment. Sponge is not part of the ultimate Twitter community.
Yeah, I don't really go around those circles, like I go on Twitter every once in a while, but I really only see what Pockets likes on Twitter. So I get glimpses of it, but I'm not really engaged with it,
Yeah. And then I'm allowed to say this because I'm one of the shitheads on Ultimate Twitter, but Ultimate Twitter is just a shit show half the time. But I do think they have some interesting and fun hot takes. So I wrote some down. We're going to talk to the casual Ultimate player Sponge and get some of his opinions.
All right, let's go.
So first one, long versus short shorts. So when we started playing Ultimate in 2015, the most popular pair of shorts was the super long down to your knees pair. So what do you prefer?
I think that I prefer short shorts.
Going with the trends.
I think, but if you're gonna go, I really don't think. I think the length of the short is really just a style option.
Yeah.
But like the thing is, you gotta have good briefs underneath, or else like if you wear long shorts, you might feel like you're able to like protect your thighs from like sliding and stuff. At least that's how I feel. I'm an ex-baseball player also. So a lot of the times when I feel like I need to go down for a disc, I'll do like a baseball slide. Not the best, obviously, but it's just kind of like my natural motion. So I get lots of like burns and rubs on my thighs when I play, especially when I'm cutting. Compression shorts is always the moves. But I also, I like having a lot of mobility, and I don't like getting clothing snagged on my knees and stuff. So I think I prefer shorter shorts as opposed to longer shorts. So
you're not anti like spandex peeking out under the shorts? You like that look?
I wouldn't say I'm anti that. I mean, it's just, I think that's just kind of a style choice,
Okay.
The spandex peeking out of the shorts.
You got to give some more hot takes. You're giving some lukewarm takes right now. We're like, it's whatever the person likes. Okay. They can do whatever.
Fair
enough.
But
okay, that's
I should be really, really fucking
be like
hard-headed. Like be like I should get in my stupid zone right now.
Sure.
Okay.
People that wear short shorts are the superior species. That is my hot take. Boom, bam. All right, next one.
Deal.
Are 5-panel hats overrated?
Yes.
Cool. I think they are too. They don't fit my head right, but I also have a small head.
I think that the 5-panel hat is. I feel like most of the time it just kind of looks dumb. I don't know. I'm more of a trucker hat guy, so I think that the 5-panel hats, like, they kind of look silly and like they make your head look like really tiny. I guess man, hot takes are tough, you know.
You are the most conservative.
Because I like both 5-panel hats and trucker hats.
Okay, then you don't have this is not a hot take for you. I think I want to like 5-panel hats.
Why don't you like 5-panel
They
hats?
make my head look weird.
I'll be right back.
Oh God, here he comes.
Look at her, this fucking hype beast.
All right, for the listeners, because again, this is
You mean the viewers?
No, the listeners, because this is also an audio podcast.
Sorry.
Sponge just ran off screen and got me his Supreme hat.
I got it as a gift. I didn't buy it myself.
So I don't think you actually get to have an opinion on hats.
Okay.
Because you own this.
Fine. My only opinion is that I like the hats that I have.
He also has a Kanye hat, so do with that what you will. All right. This one is more up your alley. You've been to Wildwood a few times. You've been to Fools Fest once.
Yes.
Which is the better tournament? We're both East Coasters. I apologize to the West Coast Ultimate people.
I'm sorry. I don't know any of the West Coast tournaments, but I gotta say, I like Wildwood better.
Mm.
I think I think Wildwood's just more fun.
Why? Give me a why. You can't just be like, it's more fun. Done.
I mean, maybe that's my hot take.
God, that's not a hot take. That's just you.
Beach Ultimate is like it gives you a chance to do more stupid shit.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna be like
Beach Ultimate's better. No, I wouldn't necessarily say that. Beach Ultimate is just different.
Yeah, that's clearly. This is a very coherent segment. I'm really proud that we did this.
Yes.
Yes, Beach Ultimate is different than Grass Ultimate. Continue.
Also, if we're talking about hot takes, you know, I think at least this year, one of these tournaments didn't have very good music.
Well, yeah, we've only been to one. Wildwood hasn't happened yet this year.
So I guess that rounds it down, doesn't it?
For clarification, because In the Fields talked about this, where apparently the tournament party DJ sucked and the other people, but also newsflash for anyone not at Full Fest, the music at the actual fields also sucked. The actual selection of music was lovely.
Yeah, the selection was fine. It was like the actual like execution of like playing the music. Imagine if you were playing on a field and you were trying to talk to your teammates, but instead like one channel of 679 by Fetty Wap was blasting out of a speaker. So you only hear like Fetty Wap's lyrics. You don't hear the instrumental. You just hear, "Oh, hey, what's up? Hello." And it's really loud. And you can't hear anything. That's basically what Fool's Fest was like.
Yeah. It was also, I don't think you and I are built for a 3-day party tournament.
I'm old.
I think I'm only built. We're not even that old. I just think alcohol has hurt us.
We just make bad decisions.
Yeah, alcohol has hurt us in ways that we can't describe anymore. So we can only do a 2-day party tournament. I don't know where I stand. I don't even want to go to Wildwood this year. Party tournaments might be out for me.
Oh, come on.
Fool's Fest really hurt me. But
I lost my phone at Fool's Fest.
Yeah.
I got a new one though, so it's okay.
Don't go pee in the woods at Fool's Fest. That's my hot take.
Only do that if you have pockets. Not pockets, but like pant pockets.
All right, we're moving on to the next one. Rank them out of these 4.
Okay.
Club, college, league, and professional.
As I would, what's the ranking like?
Which do you prefer?
To watch or to play?
Either. Like, you could be like, You would not play professional ultimate. We can put that out there.
That's the bottom.
But I'm saying you might enjoy watching professional.
Okay, so could you list them again, please?
Club, college, league, professional.
Okay. I would say league's probably the bottom, just because like league is like the most chill.
You don't like chill?
See,
you're anti-chill. Don't put your elbow on the table. You're anti-chill.
I have zero chill. All right. Okay. So if I was to, all right. So I'm gonna order this in two different ways. As far as I like the like level of competition, I like club the most. Sorry, club, college, league, and
professional,
pro. Okay.
The 3 things you've done and the one you never will.
Thanks. And you know, by the way, I know Pockets and myself have characterized me as a casual ultimate player, but I have watched like people at every level in person and online. So
I'm only putting you as casual because you haven't played in the last year.
Yeah. I would say I really like watching club. I think the players in there have a lot of passion, and I just really think that like that's the highest level that there is, even though pro is also very good. But I would say as far as watching it goes, I like club, then college, then pro, then league.
League, okay.
I really like watching college too for the same reasons that I like watching pro.
Disclaimer, and maybe what we named this episode is I did not get to watch any of D3 college nationals, unfortunately, because I was doing my last tryout for a club team and then my brother's graduation, and then D1 nationals is the weekend that we're recording, and I'm trying to pack to leave. And then also we can't watch because we don't have
bad internet.
We don't have internet.
It all comes full circle.
So we haven't watched nationals this year, but otherwise, I'm gonna start my phone.
Good catch.
So we haven't watched nationals this year, but otherwise, I asked you to rank them. I don't know how I would rank them. I think club is also first for me.
Yeah.
I might put league next.
Oh,
I like a league.
Wow.
I love just showing up, playing a game once a week.
Okay, all right.
Grabbing a beer after. I don't know. That feels like ultimate to me. And then maybe college and then professional. I just put professional last because I don't always have the time to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know many people personally that play it. And
that's fair. I mean, also, you know, like as you get older, you know, you'll know less and less people, but at the same time, you know, I don't know.
I feel like as I get older, I'll know more people. I don't know many ultimate players by name right now.
Fair enough. Actually, that's a good point.
I just kind of know people in the Philadelphia to New York City area.
The tri-state area.
Tri-state, yes. All right. We're moving on to the next hot take. How do you feel about high five lines? And how do you feel about fun cheers? Where like, good game, Gravity. You were out of this world. I heard so much in college.
I hate fun cheers. Fun cheers are the worst. And I don't think you should cheer after games at all.
Ooh, okay.
That's my hot take.
What do you feel about a high five line?
I feel like a high five line is okay. I think that's you know, like baseline respect showing to the other team. You say good game to everybody at the end of it. You know, there's no like it's like positive like interaction with the other team. You know, it's just it's kind of just like a ritualistic thing. You know, I think pretty much every sport you do that.
Every sport at a league level.
Yeah, you know, like at least when you're playing like in a casual setting, you know. Yeah. At least team sports, you know.
Yeah.
I think that the stupid cheers at the end of the game are unnecessary and cringy, and I kind of hate them.
Yeah, I kind of hate them too.
I know at least at Lehigh we tended not to do that. But like people would like give us cheers and we'll be like, yeah, thank you, or we're leaving now.
Yeah, Lehigh also we suck. I feel like a lot of college teams hate us.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, there's also things I wish that Lehigh did differently, but maybe we'll save that for the personal hot takes at the end.
We're also 3 years out of college.
Yeah, I could offer my opinions.
All right.
I think I have a pretty hot take at the end. You're just gonna have to wait.
I already know one of them. All right, cool. I think I agree with you. I like the high five lines. I feel like at the professionals, so like PUL, WUL, AUDL, that's a lot of letters.
It's so many acronyms. Also, all right. The other thing that I gotta say is like why do we have to make like stupid ass what is PATA's thing again? It's like Pennsylvania, like
Philadelphia Area Disc Alliance.
Yeah, that's so fucking stupid. Disc Alliance, like what is this? The United Nations?
What do you want to call it?
I don't know. Like Philadelphia Ultimate League. Pull, dude, deal. I don't know. Do you have to come up with some stupid like roundabout backronym for it?
What's
a backronym is when you create the acronym before you come up with whatever is inside of it.
I don't think whoever came up with PATA was like, let's fucking call it PATA. What can we call it to make?
Okay, but at the same time, I feel like there's a little bit of so we need to come up with something that has a good ring to it, but also is we play Ultimate.
How do you feel about McCuddle, Mercer County Ultimate Disc League?
I feel like that's better.
Ooh.
McCuddle. It's just also it has cuddle in it.
What?
I just feel like, oh, cuddle.
Oh god. I think the New York City one is Mud Manhattan Ultimate Disc. How do you feel about that one?
Mud. Ultimate Disc what?
Ultimate Disc, just
Muddle. I like Muddle better.
Muddle?
Just call it Muddle.
Manhattan Ultimate Disc League.
Yeah, there you go.
That's too close to McCuddle.
No, it's not.
Oh my god. All right.
So it's Muddle versus McCuddle.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Where are we going with this? Oh yeah, you just started going against acronyms for some reason. Let's move on to the next one.
Deal.
Would a team of professional athletes beat a team of the best frisbee players in a game of Ultimate?
See,
Okay. Before you flat out say no, which I agree with, by the way. Or wait, no. Professional Ultimate athletes would beat Ultimate frisbee players at Ultimate.
I disagree. I think the Ultimate players would beat the athletes.
Okay. So let's chat this out.
Deal.
So don't look at me like that. How long do the professional athletes have to pick up Ultimate?
I give them a week.
A week? Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair. So the reason this came up actually yesterday when I was talking to Pharaoh and we were watching the semis. I said we didn't watch D1 Ultimate. I watched 2 of the semi games. I watched UNC versus UCSB, which is where this actually came up, because the announcer said that one of the players had only been playing for 8 months.
Wow.
And she was already in the semis of D1 college nationals. And I understand there's a bit of she went to the school and joined a good program and blah, 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 blah. And that definitely helps. But after only 8 months of play, she was in the college D1 semis. So I feel like professional athletes who literally their entire job is to be in shape and get good at sport, it wouldn't take them that long to get good at Ultimate Frisbee.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think even despite the fact that some athletes have an incredibly short amount of time before they pick up the sport versus when they get into it, I think that Frisbee has a lot of particular skills that are really, really that I think so I'm going to use basketball as an example. I think dribbling is like a very basic technique where pretty much anybody could pick that up if you gave them a week to practice it. Whereas I don't think anybody would be able to pick up throwing a flick or a backhand, or maybe not a backhand. I don't think every person would be able to pick up throwing a flick after a week of doing it. Especially,
But
if we're talking about the world's most competent athletes, that doesn't mean they're necessarily the most like skilled or the most or they have the best motor skills or like the best dexterity, like I feel like the skill of masters of frisbee would overcome like pure athletic talent.
Okay, what if we're going to fudge the scenario a little bit? What if you put one really good handler on the professional athletes team?
So that's a different story, because if you have like a really good handler, like you could potentially do something with that. You could like have him run every other if he's like a really really like talented cutter or something. If he has the best throws, he could like target the right people, but at the same time, like I don't know, it's. I still think that the frisbee players would win, just because like they have better fundamentals at the end of the day.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're both rooted in our decision on this. I still think professional athletes would win. Just like think of LeBron coming onto the frisbee field, he would
Foul someone.
That. Ooh, that might be a factor because
he would play too physically. And if he wants to use what he's good at, like if he wants to use what he's good at, like he has to be able to use his physicality, like being able to box out and stuff.
You can box out and it's not foul.
You can box out to a certain extent, but at the same
I box out and it's not foul.
At the same time, LeBron could get like a chase down block or something, but can he do that and also like bring the disc down or like or if he gets the disc before the end line, like what's he going to do when he has to throw the disc?
All right.
Also, all these guys have huge hands.
What's that mean?
Have you
One, you're assuming that it would be a men's game. Two, you're assuming that they would be basketball players.
I know you said LeBron first of all.
Yeah, because he is the athlete that I think
of
as
fair
the most
enough.
intense.
Fair enough. But okay. Yeah. So I got certain women athletes would I think be more advantaged, honestly.
I'm calling back to our episode that Scotti and I did with Lubes, where we drafted each a professional man matching and woman matching athlete. And Scotti drafted Simone Biles, who probably has the smallest hands.
She's tiny.
I know. Scotty's idea was that she would just be so small and could probably do some double, triple barrel backspring or whatever and catch the disc.
Was she the triple jump off someone or something? Like she's Mario?
I don't know. I'd like to imagine that. I picked Aaron Judge because he's big. And then
that was the one where I chimed in. He was like, right field.
I forgot what position Aaron Judge played because I don't watch baseball. And then I picked Sue Bird for the same mentality of LeBron, where she's just been playing the game for so long. And
see, the thing is, I think Sue Bird would be really good at frisbee.
Ooh.
Because I think NBA point guards would be really good at frisbee. Because NBA point guards have like good court vision and good like IQ. So like they're generally supposed to like be facilitating first as opposed to scoring first. So they might be more like accepting to the idea of like passing the disc and then like running off of it.
Okay.
I think Steph would be really good.
Ooh, that's an idea. Okay. So if that's said, which mainstream sport do you think would be the best at frisbee? Is it like a combination of like basketball and soccer, where you have maybe like point guards being more of the handlers, soccer being more of the cutters? From what I found from people joining as a freshman and coming into the sport is lacrosse players are the best cutters.
Huh. Yeah, I think a lot of the really cardio heavy like sports have the easiest time. Soccer players and track runners are always, at least, I mean, obviously those aren't the mainstream sports, but like soccer players and cross country runners have always been the people that I've seen have the most success transitioning into frisbee. I think basketball players like have like a certain amount of dexterity where like they could be able to transition into that. And like soccer players, I think that the amount of physicality and the amount of cardio involved in playing both sports is really, really similar. I always say that soccer is a really good comparison to frisbee. And I guess like certain football players might have a good time with it, but it's kind of selective.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, lovely conversation. We'll see if people have any thoughts.
I still think the pro frisbee players are going to win the game.
We'll see. This is never gonna happen though.
Okay.
Like it would never happen. What like maybe Marquez Brownlee because he is so popular.
Yeah, he uses his influence to like put
Maybe.
together like the frisbee
And
pro
Bill
ball.
Nye. Maybe the two of them.
The famous Cornell grad.
Maybe the two of them together could get enough like people interested. But the issue is you have to get professional athletes interested in playing ultimate frisbee, and not enough people in general
know that it exists.
But not the general population isn't even interested in playing ultimate frisbee.
That's really a sad thing. You know, they don't know what they're missing out on.
Oh God! All right. So that was my list of ultimate frisbee specific hot takes. Do you have anything ultimate frisbee related that you want to just kind of shout out into the void? You told me one in the elevator earlier today.
All right, I'm just gonna say it. Hey, O-line, you suck.
Which is hard.
That's all I'm gonna say.
That's hard to. No, you can't just be. I guess you can. You can do whatever you want.
So I played D-line a lot.
You said that earlier.
Can you tell?
I mean, no. You look like every other dude. All right.
I mean, I was mostly saying, can you tell? Because I said O-line sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Where can I start with O-line, man? You know, O-line,
What do you hate about us? What's your number one issue? That we're too perfect?
No, it's not that you're too perfect. It's, in fact, the opposite. It's the fact that you're not perfect enough. Because, you know, it's all on us to win the game, you know. You guys get the
Not necessarily.
You guys have to hold down all you have to do is score on your 1 point, and then you leave it all to us to score off the breaks.
No, let me counteract that. D-line is not supposed to score. Let's say you start the game, your team starts on offense. If O-line does their job and scores every time they're supposed to, we win the game.
What if we don't start on offense though?
Then we lose by 1 point.
So then in 50% of chances, you know, D-line has to get one break. So listen, I think it's all on us. Really, D-line's really running the offense here. Yeah,
but in those 50% of chances where you have to get one break, O-line still has to do their job perfectly and get every point.
And man, think about all the times that O-line has not done their job perfectly, and we've had to pick up their fucking asses and dig them out of the dirt.
We don't know what line I'm going to play on this year, so I don't know if I should defend O-line too much.
Listen, I'm just ragging on the O-line players. This is the classic D-line mentality, but I'm mostly just salty that I never got to play an O-line.
Ooh, he's hurt.
There we go. I'm emotionally damaged.
All right. Any other frisbee hot takes before we move on?
I think people just need to stop airing all their opinions on Twitter. I think you just need to keep your opinions to yourself, and I think you'll be happier.
I mean, will you be happier? Yes. Will things get resolved? Maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah. Will things get resolved if you make yourself unhappy on Twitter? Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my opinion. I
also feel like a majority of the ultimate community is not on Twitter, to be fair.
A majority of people aren't on Twitter.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So we're done with ultimate frisbee hot takes. I wrote a few down that have to do with me.
Just general hot takes?
General hot takes.
Okay.
Why don't you list all the superheroes that are, in your mind, better than Captain America? And we'll see if I agree.
Better?
Yeah. Not necessarily stronger, because I feel like there's a lot stronger than him.
Sorry, I can't help it.
Not necessarily stronger, because I feel like there's a lot stronger than him, but like just better.
Superior. Okay. All right. Where do I start?
Well, I don't know. It's your opinion.
Better than Captain America. I like Iron Man better.
Just like Scotti.
I'm trying to think of like the Avengers. I don't want to go into DC territory. I like Spider-Man a lot better. Spider-Man's my favorite superhero.
Okay.
I'm like totally blanking on like the MCU.
All right, we can ignore this one.
I do think that
or he doesn't think that they're better and he just doesn't want to admit it.
I just don't want to hurt her feelings.
Oh, fuck you. All right, we're ignoring that one. What's something about me that annoys you? And you can't say that my room is a mess because that one's obvious.
You ask me way too many questions.
What's wrong with that?
It's like, oh, where's my phone? Oh, where are my keys? Oh, where did I put this? Oh, what's the weather today?
I feel like that is indirectly related to me having a mess of a physical space.
And a mental space.
Yeah.
That's okay. I also have a mess of a mental space.
Didn't get the internet set up.
Yeah, it works. It works good enough for the most part. Hey, look! The hard internet is so hard right now.
Oh God. Okay. All right. So I asked too many questions.
What's one thing that you hate about me that I do?
You are so loud.
I was about to peek the microphone.
I have watched the microphone peak a few times.
Yeah, I'm loud. I've been known to project.
Stop. All right. So you hate that I asked too many questions. I hate that you're so loud.
I also hate that whenever we go to a Frisbee game, you never want to throw with me.
Yeah, I don't.
That's so rude.
He throws really hard.
So I throw a little bit hard.
Yeah.
But it's mostly because there's no reason. I just throw a little bit hard. But I think you could work on your hands a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that later. The last one I had on my list was how does it make you feel that I'm better at Ultimate Frisbee than you? You can't argue that fact.
I can't argue it. I'm very proud of you.
Yay!
I'm honestly, I think you've dedicated a lot of time to this, and I think you're doing a great job. So keep up the good work.
Thank you. There are two Ultimate Frisbee boyfriends in a heterosexual relationship in this world. One is salty that their girlfriend is better than them, and the other one is just so proud. So proud. Thank you.
You do a great job.
We're ending this on a stupid note. So, I know you have other hot takes that aren't Ultimate Frisbee related, so please spew them away.
French fries aren't that good.
I know. He sucks.
They're not that good.
All right. His real name is Tom. Can you find him on Twitter and tell him that his opinion sucks because he doesn't like French fries?
At T McManus 17, hit me up. French fries aren't that good. They're super overrated.
If anyone watches How I Met Your Mother, I guess we can kind of call this maybe the olive theory, where Lily and Marshall, I forget who likes olives and who doesn't, but one of them doesn't like olives, one of them does, and it means they have a good relationship. So I hate olives. Oh yeah, that too. I love olives. I love French fries. That means I just get the ones that he doesn't want to eat.
That's fine. And I'm happy to share.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Sponge.
Oh, thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun. I think you meant to say Dotti Scempsey.
Dotti Scempsey, yes. Thank you for coming on the podcast, Dotti Scempsey.
Hey, I come on here every week, and I'm just here to put in work.
Scotti and I. So, little insight, listeners. Scotti is a twin in real life. They look nothing alike, and they act nothing alike. But. There was some joke that Scotti and I were doing where, because Chelsea Pockets and Scotti Dempsey are not our real names, so she was saying, oh, she should come on as her real persona once, pretend it's her twin, and just like shit on me the entire time.
You're her evil twin.
So Dotti Scempsey is Scotty's evil twin. And
that's really funny. I like that.
That's just what we pretended. That's why all your hot takes have been shitty.
Because you know, Scotty's hot takes would have been a lot better.
Yeah, no, we know that. That has been this episode of Laying It Out. Stay tuned for the PS Zone. If you listened to last week's episode, we started the bracket of D3 college women's teams jersey bracket. We went through the first round last week's episode. It took a long time because honestly, Scotti and Mike have a lot of opinions about jerseys. So we went through the first round on the last week's episode of the PS Zone. We go through the rest of the bracket this week. So if you listened last week and liked it, stay tuned for the PS Zone this week. But otherwise, I've been Chelsea Pockets.
And I've been Sir Sheldon Sponge the Sixth.
What happened to Dotti Scempsey? Or whatever.
She's gone now.
And we'll catch you on the flip.
See you later.
Lindsay Sue deserves so much credit for this shit show of our podcast. Woo! Oh, not yet.